So welcome to Mtari TV. In today's class for geography, we're going to be looking at a topic called angle of elevation. Alright, so let's look at the topic. So what is the angle of elevation? So it's an angle at which the sun strikes the earth at a particular time and season. That's what we call the angle of elevation. It's an angle at which the sun strikes the earth at a particular time and season. So the change in attitude of the midday sun would also be expressed as the angle of what? Elevation. That's another factor you need to know. Then the other thing you need to know is that the elevation is high. The elevation is height at a given tandem line. Changes in attitude is caused due to the apparent movement of the what? Of the sun. The elevation is height at a given tandem line. Changes in the attitude is caused due to the apparent movement of the what? Of the sun. So what you need to know is that to find the angle of elevation of the midday sun of a given place at a given part of the year, it's very short to know the position of the sun at different times of the year, as may be summarized as follows. Alright, so it's very important for you to notice these days. These days are very important. These days here, all these you need to know, you know them. 31st of March, 23rd September, and the sun on this equinox as well. You need to know it, because that's how questions come in the exam. And then this date is very important to know it. Okay, so now let me explain what I mean. So on 23rd March and 23rd September, the sun overhead at the equator and it's called what? Equinox. During this time, day and nights are equal in all parts of the world. So on the first 21st March and 23rd September, days and nights are equal in all parts of the world, and we call that equinox. So on 23rd June, what happens? The sun overhead is at the tropical of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north, and it's also known as the summer solstice. So this date is what is where is 23.5 north. So each time you see 23rd June, just know that the attitude you are dealing with is 23.5 north. Then on the 22 December, the sun overhead at the tropical of Capricorn is at 23.5 south. This is also called the winter solstice. So the key thing you need to know under angle of elevation is these two dates. Let me just draw paper. These 2 days, 22 December and the 23rd June. So each time you see 23rd June in the question, just know that you're dealing with the north part of the world. Each time you see a date in the question involving angle of elevation, you see December, just know you're dealing with the southern part of the the earth. The figure is always the same as 23.5 degrees. The important thing is the direction. Is it in the north or in the south? So in this case, you have known that June, you're dealing with the northern, then December, you're dealing with the southern part. Alright, so now let's look at on how to calculate the angle of elevation of the midday sun. So number one, the following positions will be used to calculate the angle of elevation. So when both the overhead sun and the place are in the same atmosphere, subtract the overhead sun angle from the place and the difference subtracted from 90 degrees. E.g., for example, we have Milani is 46 degrees north. Find the angle of elevation on the on the 23rd June. So this is very important for one to understand. This is what I was trying to say. They have given you a date and one angle or one attitude, and in the formula for finding midday sun is is always like is 90 degrees always. Subtract, open bracket, you're going to get the attitude there given, plus or minus. Let's say, let me do it like this. That will make much more sense to you. Let me do it like this. So we're going to get x, let's say x plus or minus y. So this is the formula for finding what? Angle of elevation. Now the key thing you need to know is that what is our x and what is our y. So in this case, our x is always given in the question. The degree is given in the question. That is your x. Then your y is always the date given in the in the question here. So in this case, let me just erase this, the calculation on this side. So like this, for example, of this formula, right? Saying angle of elevation is equal to 90 degrees minus open bracket x plus or minus y close the bracket. Now some may ask that why have we put a plus and minus on the middle here? The reason is simple, because these x and y simply represent what? The directions. They simply represent what? Direction. So in this case, you need to know, okay, x, the given degrees in the question is what? 46 degrees what? North. The direction is what? Is at the north part of the what? Of the world. So now here we need to know the direction of what? Of y. So since I've said 21 June, they've said what? 21 June. So we need to know 21 June. Where is June? According to the notes, 21 June. So 21 June is always at what? North. Since 23rd is in the range of what? This given date here. So 21 June obviously is still in what? In the north direction. And we know that in geography, when you have north and north, you do what? You subtract. Then you have south and north, you add. That's why you have plus or minus. So in this case, we're dealing with the north, right? And also dealing with the north here. So what do? We're going to subtract here. We're going to put a what? A minus. So this is the calculation, which is here. We have our 90 degrees here minus open bracket 46 degrees. Where is it coming from? We are given in the question here. Why are we subtracting here? Because 21 June is in what? In the northern part, and also this place is what? Is also in what? In the northern part. That's why we are subtracting. Where has this 23.5 come from? We said that each time a date is figure, it's always 23.5. What differs is what? It's a direction, either in the north or in the south. So in this case, it was what is in the north. So we're going to find the difference here. Once you find the difference, we're going to find it's what? 23 and 22 and what? And half. So this answer we get after simplifying what is inside the bracket. We're going to subtract it from what? From 90. So when you find the difference there, you're going to get your angle of what? Elevation. All right, so I hope we have learned one or two things. This question do come in geography paper 1, mostly question number 13, 14, 15, 16, between those numbers. It always comes each and every year. I hope you have learned one or two things. Please do subscribe and catch us again tomorrow at 18 hours for another TV revision.